Alrighty, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Appreciate all you boys and or girls tuning in. Just thought we would hop in here and talk some Anaheim 1. A lot went down at old Anaheim. Thought we would show off the kit a little bit. Do some third-person ripping. But yeah, let's just kind of jump straight into it. So I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it. I'm just going to kind of talk about the key points of the races and kind of all the stuff that caught my eye personally. But yeah, just starting from the 250 main gate drop, I mean, Faulkner goes out instantly. Like, doesn't even make it 100 feet down the start and his season's over, right? Just, I mean, it just sucks, right? I mean, you can't not feel bad for the guy. I mean, like, you spend all this time off season, all this drama, just trying to be ready for A1 and ready for the season. And I'm sorry, but I think he's the only one raw speed-wise that can really hang with Jet. So not just a bummer for him, but a bummer for the fans. And I'd say the 250 West class in general, it's just a bummer. You know what I mean? But yeah, after that, you had Jet get the whole shot, and pretty much once Jet got the whole shot, there was really nothing you could do, right? I mean, it's Jet Lawrence, and you definitely don't want to give him the lead at the start of a main. But so obviously he took the win from start to finish. Wasn't challenged, just kind of rode his own race, did his own thing, you know, did what Jet does. Oh my, we're almost piling her. Sorry. Oh, we're getting Southern on her. But yeah, and then you had RJ finish P2. I think he started like outside of the top 10, honestly, but I don't know, he clawed his way up. McAdoo, he said he cased something real hard. Track was brutal all day. I mean, it was definitely better at the night show, but in practice, it was geeked. But he had a good race, good solid day in general. I think he qualified, I think top 5, but won his heat race and then had just a good, consistent main, barked up the pack and got up to P2. And then McAdoo, he ran P2 for, I'd say, a little over half the race, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I guess he just hit something weird. Ooh, we're going down. We're going down. Oh, nice save. But yeah, I guess he just hurt something, cased the jump hard, felt like he dislocated his elbow or some crazy stuff, you know, just normal dirt bike stuff, I guess. But he had a good moto, just super consistent. I mean, like I said, track was geeked. I mean, there was ruts and holes, and just with all the rain and the tarping, it just didn't lead to a great track conditions. But I'd say those 3 riders definitely handled it the best. Going down to 4th, you had Mitchell Oldenburg. He's your, I'd say he's your first like privateer guy out of the paddock. He went P4. I didn't really notice him much, I can't lie. But he rode good, just consistent, no big mistakes. And then Max Boland, I think that was his best Supercross finish ever. His rookie year was good. I think he made it 4 rounds in and then dislocated his hip or some crazy stuff. And then last year was a disaster of a Supercross season for Max. But he definitely proved that he's ready to bark this year with the boys. After the top 5, you go into like, let's see, Enzo Lopes. He was actually the first qualifier is actually your fastest, so that was sick. And then you go to Levi Kitchen. I think he just had an off day in general. I think the track didn't really suit him. The track was gnarly. Like, a lot of, even like Tomac and Webb, like they said, that's one of the gnarliest tracks they've ever even ridden. So I definitely understand where people are coming from. From Enzo, you go to Levi Kitchen and then Phil Nicoletti. Super quiet night for Phil, I'd say. Just kind of doing his thing. P8. Styles, he came up in P9. I think he just had a rough day. I mean, I literally watched him wad up onto the tabletop that I just went over, right over there. First free practice, like 2 minutes into practice. So I think that kind of messed up his day and just kind of overall wasn't the best day for Styles, but I know he's got it in the tank. Like, he's definitely a barker. And then rounding out your top 10 is Derek Kelly. he's super quiet, and still a lot of people don't know about him, but he's riding for that AO KTM team, doing that whole thing. He's a consistent night. I mean, he had a lot of crashes throughout the day, but so did everybody. Like, Jet crashed, like, the first lap of practice. McAdoo crashed. Faulkner crashed. Like, everybody crashed, right? Like, it was just one of those things, one of those days, one of those tracks. Yeah, I mean, 250 class overall was good. My boy Pierce Brown, he went out in the heat race, unfortunately. He made some sort of mistake going into the second corner. I don't know. He said he's good, so we should see him in San Diego this weekend, which I'm going to do another video on for the San Diego preview. But yeah, I mean, the 250 class honestly wasn't super exciting. Everybody kind of stayed in their spot and, you know, did their thing. The only real pass that was happening was like Oldenburg and Voland, and then McAdoo and Hampshire. Jet got the lead early, checked out, and I mean, not much you can really say about the 250 class, which I think it's going to be a good year of racing for the 250s. It does really suck that Faulkner's out with injury, but it's part of the sport, right? But yeah, I think that's going to do it for really 250 talk. I mean, there's really not much to say. It was kind of a boring race. You had Jet, Hampshire, and McAdoo kind of just doing their thing. But overall, I think it'll be a good season. Jump straight into some 450 talk, why don't we? So, I'll throw the top 10 up on the screen right now. But your top 5, ooh, don't do the whoops, sketch. Your top 5 is going to be, obviously, Tomac won the race. I mean, fuck, that was a great race from Tomac. But Tomac, Webb, Sexton, Ferrandis, Kenny, and then it was Colt Nichols. Super quiet night for Colt. Actually got the whole shot, but by the second corner, he's in like 7th or something. Which, whatever. I mean, he rode his race and he got 6. People were crashing. I mean, can't hate on the guy for it. But yeah, then you go for after Colt, Peace. Oh, we went deep. We went deep on that one. Oh, Boso. But you had Jason Anderson P7, Aaron Plessinger P8, Cincerillo P9, and then Savachi P10. But yeah, I mean, so basically Barsha got the whole shot. Well, like I said, Colt got it, but Barsha came out with it, if you would. And then lap 1, your top 3 was Barsha, Tomac, and I believe Mookie. I don't have the best memory. I was actually there in person. I have yet to watch it on TV. Oh, we're going down hard. But yeah, so Tomac gets out to the lead with like 2 laps in. Barsha makes a big mistake in the rhythm, and you think from there it's going to be smooth sailing, right? Nope, it was not smooth sailing. Tomac actually went down going up that over-under bridge that I just went over and got all sketch over. This is actually where Barsha crashed, was right there. But yeah, so I mean, your top 5 off the start was Tomac, Sexton, Mookie, Barsha, Kenny. Oh, I might have said 6 people right there, but it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, really things to take out of this race. Tomac, he's gelling with the new bike. I'm obviously on it. He's gelling with the new Yamaha. Ferrandis is obviously gelling with the new Yamaha. Because honestly, Ferrandis and Webb did not get the best of starts. They were pretty deep in the pack. I'd say around 12 to 15 on lap 1. So, I mean, that was pretty insane that they barked up to the places they barked. Why am I missing that first? Or it's like the second or third whoop I'm missing. But yeah, so Tomac was leading at one point, goes down, throws Mookie into the lead. After that, Sexton barks up to Mookie, makes the pass. Actually, in this next corner is where Sexton made the pass. But yeah, so we'll just get into kind of each individual rider and kind of how their day went from like my perspective. Tomac, super quiet in practice, just kind of doing the laps, doing his thing. Came out, won his heat race, and that's how you knew it was game on. I missed that whoop again. Ooh, don't go down. And yeah, I mean, what more is there to say? He crashed in the crashed over that tunnel, got up and still got the win. I mean, he's gonna be a dangerous guy too for this year, I would say. First A1 win in his career. Took him 10 tries, so that's pretty crazy that he got it. usually A1. I think his average average position at A1 is 10th before this weekend. But yeah, and then you had Webb. Like I said, he started like 12th or something. He barked all the way up to second. He actually made a last lap pass on Sexton for second. I don't know if Sexton just got tired or what. I mean, it was a super physically demanding track. So I can definitely see where old Sexton can get a little tired. And then you had Dylan Ferrandis. He finished out P4. Oh, I missed it again. But yeah, he had a quiet night, but good night. He hasn't had good nights like that on the 450. He had one podium in San Diego, but even he said he started good, and he even said this might be his best race on a 450 so far, which, I mean, it's a stacked-ass class, and him to go out there and get, ooh, we might be going a little deep. Ooh, we're casing that. We're going over the bars. But yeah, even to go out and get P4 in the class we have right now is definitely a step in the right direction for Ferrandis. Moving on to Kenny. I don't know, I think he had another guy that just kind of had a quiet day. Not too flashy on the Zook, but didn't look bad either. He just kind of looked just like a normal guy, which Kenny isn't a normal guy, but just between all the other factory guys, he just kind of fit in, you know what I mean? Nothing spectacular for Kenny. He did come out P3 on the start, though, and was barking with Tomac, and all the fans started cheering and everything. Sorry about that, we ran out of tear-offs, and your boy cannot ride if he can't see, right? But, yeah, anyway, with Kenny, just a, I'd say subpar day for Kenny. I think he was expecting more. But yeah, he had a good start, and the crowd was actually going crazy. And then after Kenny, Cole, solid, silent day. I noticed him maybe twice. But yeah, just a super solid and consistent day. I think he was one of the only, not only, but I don't know. He's pretty up there for, a lot of people crashed on Saturday. And he was just smooth, consistent, did his thing, and it worked out. He ended up P6. P7, Anderson, he had a rough day. He crashed a lot. In practice, he had a big one where he basically just ate a lip of a triple, which, that's not fun. I eat lips in this game, and it's not fun. I actually get pissed, but anyway. Super off day, I'd say, for Anderson. I think he could have been on the podium, but again, he had another crash in the main, which I think stopped him from kind of reaching that spot that he wanted to be at. But it is A1, he still has 16 more rounds, and Anderson is still going to be my pick for the title. Even though I know Tomac, my only thing with Tomac was the new bike. And he won A1, so it's pretty, I don't know, it's pretty hard to steer away from Tomac, but I locked my pick in. I picked Anderson, so we'll see. Moving on to 8th, you got Aaron Plessinger. Plessinger, I know 8th isn't the best result, right, but he looked really good. He was super feisty, looked super comfortable on the bike, was putting the bike wherever he wanted, just didn't have the best luck in the main. Ooh! But overall, AP, I think he's definitely one to watch this season. I think he's just going to get better as we go. AC, another super quiet day, but I think that's kind of what he needs right now. He just needs quiet days, P9s, just be in the top 10 and do your thing. Savachi, quiet day. I only noticed him once in practice when he went down, to be completely honest. But other than that, I mean, it was great racing. You had people making mistakes, people going down, and that just kind of led to great racing. Points, you had Sexton leading, you had Mookie leading, you had Tomac leading, you had Webb barking through the pack, you had Sexton barking through the pack. Like, it was just, I mean, all around, it was just a super entertaining race to watch. And I was definitely fortunate to be in the stadium at the time. Other than Tomac's going to be good, Webb's going to be good, Anderson, he will be good, he just had an off round. Plessinger's going to be good. Mookie is really good. He had a big one. He hit neutral going onto the table, and that kind of obviously destroyed his race. He ended up P16. after getting up and his bike was mangled and he looked drunk trying to get to his bike. It was a whole catastrophe, but I don't know, I'd say, I don't know, it's going to be a crazy year. Like I said in my previous video, it's going to be a crazy year. So I'm excited for it, and I'm excited for San Diego. Ooh. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for me today, guys. Anaheim won in the books. Season has started. Super stoked about it. Can't be any more stoked, honestly. I mean, who doesn't love to watch some Supercross? A1 was super exciting. A lot to take from it, but also a lot not to take from it, because A1 is always that weird race. It is rather weird that we had a break right after it, just because Oakland did get canceled, but it is what it is. I'm excited. We got San Diego this weekend. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys watching. Be sure to drop a like, comment on the video, and hit that subscribe button, and we'll be rolling out more MX Bikes content. So yeah, it's been real. Peace out, gang.